I'm cruising around the old neighborhood here, and I got to thinking, I get a lot of questions, a lot. With the infusion of people to this channel, I say, Hammer, why are you single, brother? I mean, I know that you're a monk. We know that you're a monk, and it's self-explanatory. It speaks for itself, but why? What put you there? That's an interesting question. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think I have interesting answers.
You're watching Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, gentlemen. Hammerhand, the MGTOW monk, back at you. One more again. Yo, man. Yo. So I get this question a lot, and I figure, speaking only for myself, let's bullhorn that one out there. Only for me. I'm only speaking for myself. What is so great about being single, unencumbered, no entanglements, as Jada the whore Pinkett Smith would say? What's great about it? Let's do the pros and the cons. I'll go with pros first. When my big ass is in bed and I roll over and throw an elbow, I'm only hitting the pillow. You see what I'm saying? I got all the covers that I need. I got all the leg room that I want. It's delicious. It's magnificent. It's wonderful to sleep in a bed by yourself. That'll relate to one of the cons here in just a minute. Let's get them pros. Man, you've only got yourself to worry about. You know what I'm saying? You can focus and concentrate on you, on who and what you are. What do you want to do, bro? What do you want to be? Be that guy, right? You always see these memes out here. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Don't be that guy. No, fuck that shit. Be that guy. Be that guy. What the hell is wrong with having everything your way? Nothing. Nothing, honey. There's nothing wrong with being able to come and go as you please, not having to consider anyone or anything. Now, I'm going to preface that by saying that's probably only for the men out there that haven't already become involved with somebody and it turned into a disaster. And you had kids. You're going to be hooked to them for a long time, especially if the welfare of your children is what's on your mind. It was that way for me. More pros. When I look in the mirror in the bathroom, there's not 14 levels of hair care products and makeup sitting in my way. It doesn't smell like the inside of a fucking Dillard's after somebody knocked over the display counter. It's got my smell all over everything. It smells like earth, wood, musk, even a little bit of jasmine. More pros. Take a shower anytime I want. I want to take 3 of them. Fuck it, bitch. I can take 3 of them. See? You got to mind your water bill, of course. Pick and choose your battles, gentlemen. Pick and choose your battles. But my life is really, really good. Is it because I'm single? Partly. If you've been with this channel for a while, you know that I am no stranger at all to making very bad choices in my prior life. Did I know I was walking into those tripwires and snares? That them claymores were facing this man? Did I know that? No, I didn't know that. Not many of us do know that, and then make the choice to willingly go and get your ass set on fire. So I give myself a little bit of slack, but not much, because when you go back for seconds and you start repeating the process, you gotta kind of understand that you're to blame for a lot of your trauma. I don't really like the word trauma, but you're to blame for a lot of the things that go wrong with you. And if you can't accept that, you will have this recurring, perpetual, why am I the victim of this shit attitude. Responsibility for accepting the things that are going wrong in your life and putting that blame where it belongs. If you have blame in that, you need to take a big fucking helping, heaping serving of it, because it's going to teach you some character. More pros. What's great about being single? Why am I single? My detractors, as with many of you, will tell you, you can't get nobody. While you're single, you got sent your own way, homie. Well, I mean, if you want to go that route, you can go that route, right? I wasn't trying to get in anybody's pants that's high-stepping it in Hollywood. If I wanted to, like right now, I could have 5 girlfriends. I don't want 5 girlfriends. One of them was fucking enough. You know what I'm saying? Why do you get out of the dating game? Why do you choose to be single? Why do you choose to control your biology? Because it fucking works. That's why. And I can't say anything other than that, because it works. Now the cons, I'm sure there's more pros, and we'll dance around a little bit with it. The cons of being single. Here's some big ones. When you get your biology activated by playing around with women, when you start using that third leg of yours, and you start to really, really, really like it, you will be associated with that dopamine, that serotonin, those endorphins, and you don't get them any other way. There's no substitute for it. So you have to learn how to control yourself. You have to be able to talk to yourself reasonably and rationally and say, look, I know why this is happening. Let's go do something else. Let's get our minds off of that. You'll get to a point where you can handle it. I promise you that. You will. But you got to put the effort in. You got to put the time in. I'm just driving up the hill here, going to Walmart to get me a mouse. Because if you were on the live a couple of days ago, you know my mouse took a shit right before I went on air. Cons of being single. I still, to this day, feel heartfelt hugs, and there's nobody there. Companionship, that's a big one. You know, you'll have a whole bunch of weirdos out here with blue hair, pink lipstick, and clitorises and dicks that they don't know how to tell the difference between, and they'll tell you, oh man, you can get that with anybody. Well, no, you can't. No, you can't. What you can get with anybody is grief. That's what you can get with anybody. Bullshit. Just about anybody will oblige you. More cons of being single. It's always nice to have somebody to share your thoughts with. Thoughts. Dirty bitches. It's always nice to have someone to share your thoughts with, to share your ideas with, to build and create life with. Now, I'm not talking about the life that men deliver to women so that they can take it to a clinic and kill it. I'm not talking about that kind of very sacred seed. No, I'm talking about the life that comes with working in conjunction with another person, building with that person. That's the kind of life that I'm talking about. And that's what people have not just gotten away from, but taken a very dim view of it. It has been criminalized. I would say, oh fuck. almost criminalized. Well, there's no space up here. Yeah, almost criminalized, and it's pretty terrible to me. Now, I'm not saying that you got to go for the white picket fence and the American dream shit. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that your life matters. You got to know what you want, and you have to be with people that are of a like mind. You can't just sit around and talk to people all day and say, hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. Hey, what's your favorite color? I think as a society, as a civilization, we are well past that kind of shit. It is time to just be a little more upfront, be a little more honest about what you want and how you want it, and you just tell them straight, man. Yeah, I'm looking for some regular pussy. I'm looking for some regular contact. That's how I love. You know, these bitches like to say that shit. That's not how I love, and you've got to be in tune with, how I love. Well, you got to be in tune with how we love, plain and simple. And we love physically. That's the deal. We love physically. You see, and when we get intimate with you on a physical basis, ladies, that generates a lot of emotional connection, a lot of emotional soft tissue, if you will. More cons of being alone, being single. I was listening to a video a couple of days ago, and the speaker made a good point. It just happened to be a female. There is a difference between being alone and being lonely. And you have to figure out what the difference is. Are you alone or are you lonely? If you're lonely, why? If you're alone, why? Is it your choice? Did someone walk out on you? Did somebody change your status in the world without your permission? A lot of folks out there doing that now. Women and men. A lot of folks. Cons of being single. Those can change. They can change. They often change. It depends on your circumstance. Mightily depends on your circumstance in life. Cons of being single. If you've previously been in a relationship with a person, not for a week, and I'm not trivializing the week or minimizing the week. You just don't have very much time to grow together, to learn things about them learn things about you. You don't have too much time to do those things. Let's say 6 months, 8 months, a year or more. That person and their presence becomes a part of you. And I won't trivialize the loss to men or to women. When people grieve, even if you can't stand them, they are still grieving, and they're grieving for reasons. They may not seem important to you, but those motherfuckers are living it. That's why I always try to make room for people out here in the world. Like if I go in here, which I will, to Walmart to pick up my mouse, and somebody is shitty to me, the first thing I'm going to say is, hey man, do you need to talk? I'm serious. Let's go right over here and talk. I'll buy you a drink. Do you have a few minutes? We can talk about this, because you're setting them on a course to change their life. And if you're a dick, if you're not understanding, which sometimes you just can't be. I know some of you are thinking it already. Yeah, but what if they're fucking weird, man? What if they're really going after you? If you feel the need to try to diffuse it, diffuse it. If it represents a danger to you personally, do your best to walk away from it. You don't want to be in those positions. I don't think anybody does. But life is crushing every person in it. It doesn't matter the image that they portray to you. Trust me when I tell you, when the camera goes off, they're going through some shit. Good, bad, or ugly. Man, woman, white, black. It doesn't make a difference, man. We're all living under this umbrella together. You know? Cons of being single. I think I have to end it there. I don't think, for me, if you think of something that you would consider a con, not a pro, but a con. You put your pros down there too. Put them down there in the comments. I'm always interested to see what you fellas say. And because we have an influx of people coming to this channel, and we have a growing audience of women, and they're lurking. You know what I'm saying? Some of them are hate watching, but a lot more of them are just lurking. They're just sitting around here. They're taking our talking points and they're putting them out in the world. I see it everywhere. Everywhere. Please forgive the air conditioning, by the way. It's a little warm out here today. 91 degrees. And I don't want to sit here and sweat all over my seat. You know what I'm saying? Of course you know what I'm saying. I'm single because I choose to be single. Hold on. Let me do something for you. Take these off. Get this belt unbuckled. And we're gonna pull it in. Come on, we're gonna pull it in. I'm single because I choose it. I could go out right now today and have any number of people sleep in my bed. What does that fix? It doesn't do anything for me. I used to chase pussy and get ass, take them home, have my way. They'd have their way, of course, because I would take care of them. It was all about that for a good long time. And it was so hollow. It hurt my heart that it was that hollow. What I'm looking for, I have never met a woman that can give. Never. I'm looking for this. I do everything with and to my mate that I would want them to do with and to me. Grab their hand. Caress it. Stroke their face. Run my fingers through their hair. Massage their scalp. Rub their back, pat their ass. Tell them that I love them because I mean that. Turn them to me. Grab them by the ass and pick them up and hold them. Obviously, they're not going to do that with me. What I'm looking for is the reciprocation of this instead of the venom and the vitriol. Gents, I'm a monk out of choice because it keeps me out of this bullshit. You see? It allows me to focus. You don't have to be a monk to focus. I cut off all of that bullshit out there. All of it. All of it. The reasoning for it is my reasoning. No one has to approve it. No one has to decree it. In my eyes, my opinion, the reasoning is sound. If I can't get what I want and what I need from another human being, a female, then it's better to not be associated with it at all. In my opinion. That's just my opinion. I do not hate women. I hate what women have become. But I can't change that. You see, they view people like me as archaic, as an anachronism, as a hate monger. Because I'm reminding them, I am a living, breathing reminder of what they don't have in the men that they look at. And they don't understand the duality of that. They don't get it. Why do you think that these bitches jump on here and just attack, savagely and viciously attack? Why do you think that happens? Do you think it's because they think that you're a hate group or a hate mob? No. They do not understand the duality of their own feelings. You are saying, that being me, men like me, everything that they want to hear, and it's not being coached or prompted, but they don't like what they're looking at. They can't separate the two. Goodness in a man to them is something that pleases their eyes, that fluffs up their bank account. They don't know what goodness is. They wouldn't know goodness if it bit them on the ass. And then goodness would have to go get a rabies shot. That's how vile these bitches are today. And I'm not going to cut men too much slack on this one. You have a built-in excuse. 80% of you raised by single fucking mothers. Now, if you're a single mom and you're going to jump on here and talk a bunch of shit, am I talking to you? Are you doing the job? Are you doing the best that you can? Is there balance in your child or children's life? Yes, you say? Then shut the fuck up. No one's talking to you. Don't be offended on behalf of deadbeat bitches. Sit back, listen, and learn. A swath of men out here now, a huge number of men are now starting to think this way. I personally have resolved this all the way to the grave. I don't give a fuck if the species burns out. I'm not going back to what it was. I'm not doing it. I'm not going back to hollow, loveless, show-me relationships. Fuck that. There's no bitterness here. If you want to go out and throw your ass all over the place on social media and be a slut, then be that. Oh, Hammer. Oh, you're slut-shaming. You're goddamn right I am. I feel bad for the men that become involved with these bitches when they've got 40,000 photos of themselves out there sucking somebody's dick, air humping people, and the guy that they're with doesn't know. Oh, I had my fun. Okay. I'm sorry, but this is forever. It doesn't go nowhere. It's here to stay. And like I said, there's no bitterness here. I'm a very happy man. I got, well, just about everything that I want. I wish life would have been a little more kind. Well, a lot more kind. But I wouldn't be who and what I am had those things not happened. So I don't wish for any of that stuff to change. I wish for the strength to do what I need to do moving forward. It's actually not really a wish. It's more like a little prayer thrown up there. Give me the strength to do what I need to do, please. And that's just to be happy. You're not guaranteed happiness. You're not guaranteed a partner, which I despise that word. Let's call it what it is. You're not guaranteed a mate, and your legislative marital bonds don't guarantee that you stay together. If you find someone, God help you if you impregnate them, because then they have choices and you don't. You have surrendered your power to them. Gentlemen, you have all of the power. You have all of the dice. You got all the cards. You're the fucking banker in Monopoly. You've got Boardwalk and Park Place. You feel me? Do you know what I'm saying? You're holding everything. Everything. You hold all the cards. They say, well, she's got, sexual access. I mean, she's the one that determines that. That's absolutely true. And guess what that means to you? Nothing. Nothing. It doesn't mean a fucking thing if you have your biology in control. If you're not going over the edge, falling off the deep end every time you get a whiff of some perfume or somebody flashes you a labia. They're not doing that in a vacuum. That's happening because they're trying to lure you. Women today are facsimiles of women yesterday. That's all they are. You hear them chirp and parrot the same talking points over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter who it comes from. 10,000 times a day. Every single day, everywhere. Men, unfortunately for men, aren't much different. But you have things that work to your advantage that they don't have. You're a builder. Oh, you're an economic engine unto yourself. Get that job. It shouldn't be the end-all be-all. Jobs are bullshit. But if it will put funds and resources at your disposal, get a few weeks of those funds and resources, and then start making some good, healthy decisions for the rest of your life. You shouldn't be thinking about a bitch in a romantic sense, in a sexual sense, until you're 35 years old. Now, I want to see all them people out there roll their eyeballs. Go ahead, roll your eyeballs. Tell me that I'm full of shit, that I don't know what I'm talking about. 35 years old. You shouldn't be looking at them. You shouldn't even be aware of their existence. It's just a distraction. All it does is slowly but surely over time commit a transfer of wealth from you to them and all the shit that they want. Men are pretty easy. They really are. Men are pretty easy. And if you're with one of them, feed me, fuck me, silence. I'll talk to you sometimes. I'm just not a talker. I still have issues with people like that today, to this very day. I can sit in a room with somebody and enjoy the pleasure of their company, knowing that they're there, and not say a fucking word all day. And somehow or another, they work themselves into a frothing frenzy about what I'm mad about. I ain't mad. So you understand that. I'm sure you do. The pros and cons of being single, I think they're legit, and I want you to list your pros and cons. If I didn't quite cover something or forgot something that you feel is important, drop it down there in the comments, gentlemen. Let's have a nice, healthy conversation today about what the pros and cons of being single are. There are pros, there are cons, plain and simple. You start by not lying to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Doesn't make you weak. Nobody's going to look down on you. And if they do, I'm going to yeet them right out of the comments. Because this is a place for men to express themselves, and that's what I want you to do. Constructively. Constructively. And we can all do that. If we can agree to do that, we can have a great conversation on this one. So let's get to it.